So I got to put a red pen to what this broad is doing because her behavior is quite immoral. And on top of that, she's a woman who's trying to lead men. I won't have any of it. So I'm going to read to you what's going on, and we're going to correct her behavior because this is evil for real. So she says, this video was randomly recommended to me, but I know for a fact it was for a reason because you are my reflection. Okay, this video is not recommended to you for a reason or like some sort of like magical, mystical, coincidental. Like, no, like it actually wasn't. You just happened to watch a lot of black oriented stuff and it popped up on your recommended page. That's all there is to it. It's not magic. It's not real. Stop talking like that. You're a fool. Already, we know she's a goddamn fool. Anyways, she says, because you are my reflection, not your reflection. I used to think just like you, and watching this video made me more aware to how wrong I was. Okay, you're not like me, and I'm not your reflection. You don't think like a man, and you certainly don't think like a masculine man. I'm an actual revolutionary. You are just a talker. This broad, we're going to go into it, but this broad is, you know, a person who wants to critique me and talk about what I'm doing and talk about how what I'm doing is wrong when she's not doing a goddamn thing. So she can't even critique. You're not in the game. If you're not in the game, you can't say anything about the players unless you're just a goddamn fool like this one. So shut up. You're on the bench. And she's one of these people who pretends like she cares, but I'm going to go into it later. So it made me more aware to how wrong I was. I don't know what her perspective is on this stuff now, but it's not going to be anything useful. So she says, life isn't some war between you and a white man. It's not a war between me and a white man. I actually like a few white guys. It's a war between me and a white supremacist who want black people off the face of the earth or in a subservient position. I won't have it. I'm supposed to be in a master class. You did? That's why I'm working. So I can be a part of the master class. I'm not supposed to be no goddamn slave or no worker or no peon or none of that. So it's actually, you're wrong. So it's not a war between you or the degenerates. Actually, yes, it is. It's people on this planet Earth who touch little kids. Jeffrey Epstein is people on this earth who steal American people's tax dollars and sends it to their son and has their son become billionaires. Yes, it is a war against degenerates. It's people in this world who promote homosexuality and teach it to kids. So yes, it actually is a war between me and the degenerates, or between the elites. Okay, whatever. We know the elites have no integrity. Epstein Island, a bunch of elites or ultra wealthy people on that island touching little kids. So you're wrong again. Or any of that. It's really a game of self-navigation. She says, I had to re-pick it up because it stopped. Okay. She says, or any of that, it's really a game of self-navigation. Yeah, more foolishness. If you really want to change anything and make the world a better place, you have to kill those parts of yourself that aren't reflective of what you'd like to see. Okay, she's talking about changing to making the world a better place. But what is she doing to make the world a better place? When we're gonna get into it, but she's actually destructive to young females and men and the society at large. This broad is a broken person with low self-esteem. She has low self-esteem, a goddamn eating disorder, or a depressive mood disorder, depression, something like that. Talking about making the world a better place. And then on top of that, what are you doing to make the world a better place? What are you doing? Because all I've seen is evil. And we're going to get into it. So where am I at? Kill those parts of yourself that aren't reflective of what you'd like to see or experience. I'd actually like to see myself drenched in blood or drenched in the enemy's blood during times of war. I'd actually love to see that. And I'd really enjoy myself while doing it. Anyways, killing isn't going to, and then she used like no punctuation. Like, is this broad low IQ? Like, is that why she went into music? Like, god damn, where are the punctuation marks at? Reflective of what you like when people comment like this on YouTube, it actually gives me a goddamn headache because my English is so extraordinary and great. Like when I read stuff like this, that's kind of hard to understand. It's like, bro, you're dumb. All right. Unreflective of what you like to see, blah, blah, blah. Going to stop what's going on in the world. Okay, she said, killing isn't going to stop what's going on in the world. Actually, yes, it will. Like, for example, if I were to, let's just imagine that Epstein was still alive and I flew over there to that island and I murdered all of them. I obliterated all of those guys. that would stop a large, not a large portion, but that would stop a decent amount of evil in the world. It actually would stop it. So, and that can be done in America, on a grander scale. Evil can be stopped, fool. But the reason she talks like this is because she's never done anything extraordinary, and she's not a big dreamer and a big thinker, and she's not an action-oriented person, so she doesn't even believe that it's realistic to stop the evil. I'm not trying to even stop the evil globally. I'm trying to stop the evil in America first. Like, that's the biggest goal right now. Stop the evil in America first. Build the revolution up. This broad is a fool. And I'm running low on time again, so I'm going to have to restart. Okay, so I'm back. This is part 3. So she says, killing isn't going to stop what's going on in the world because evil cannot be killed. Actually, yes, it can. I've already explained this. And murder is a very effective thing. Warfare is a very effective thing. That's why I said that this bitch doesn't understand the world, because she just literally does not understand how the world works. Like, blacks were enslaved and forced into harsh labor camps because they lost in war. They just weren't superior to the Europeans in war. They did that because they lost. They took an L. So warfare is very effective. I've already talked about this. If somebody is bullying you, let's say a white supremacist tried to bully me. Actually, I'm gonna just keep it pushing. Okay, I think people get that point. It's a natural part of life, and it just has. Hold on. Killing isn't going to stop what's going on in the world because evil cannot be killed. Yes, it can. It's a natural part of life. That's crazy that she talks about evil being a natural part of life. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. America can grow and be a better place and be a moral place and not have like pedophiles and Luciferians and devils and people who don't care about the American people work for us. We don't have to have these people leading us. We don't have to have devils who treat you like you're not even a human being in a society. We can chop all these guys' heads off. It's actually possible. Okay, it's a natural part of life, and it has just as much of a right to exist as anything. That was kind of crazy. Like, she said evil has the right to exist. I disagree with that. I disagree with everything this broad says. She's not a good person. Evil actually does not have the right to exist. Like, no. The only thing that has the right to exist is benevolence and goodness. Join the revolution. Loyalty to benevolence on Discord. Okay. And it's crazy how she's advocating for evil. Like, this broad must be a real Luciferian. Okay, because evil cannot be killed is a natural part of life, and it just much of a right to exist as anything. If hatred is not something you enjoy experiencing, then change your response to it. See, this was dumb as well. Like, it doesn't matter it does matter what my response is, but like, initially it's the person who's bringing the hatred towards me. Up until that point, my response is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a white supremacist is racist and he's going to call me the N-word, he's going to call me the N-word. Now, I can crush this guy and make him think twice about doing something like that again. But if he's racist, he's going to get that off. Like, I was having a little conversation with a white supremacist the other day, and he could not help himself but to call me the N-word and to say that, hey, I'm better than you because you're black and I'm white. Or, well, the reverse. Yeah. So, like, if people are hateful and evil, like, everybody's nature has to express itself. Like, I can't be the masculine, aggressive person I am and then, like, let somebody come slap me in the face and just walk away. Like, no, I have to do something to this person. I have to do something cold to him. So, yeah. The response thing is the most important part. If we respond aggressively as black people and let folks know we will not be disrespected or played with, then people are far less likely to act on their racist, hateful inclinations. Okay. Stop giving it power over you because it's a distraction and an illusion. I don't even know what she's talking about right there. A distraction and an illusion from what? Like, it's important. Like, it's something that needs to be dealt with in America and really globally. Okay. The biggest and only danger to you in this world is you. It's actually not me. And your decisions, make sure you choose wisely. This bitch is an idiot. Okay, I think like part 5. So I said, love, you simply do not understand the world. She doesn't. And I've already explained that. You are not my reflection, for I'm an actual revolutionary. You are someone who probably just didn't like racism and didn't do anything about it like the multitude. Yeah, I mean, she's just a talker, and we're about to go to her Instagram and see how she's just a goddamn talker. She doesn't care anything about black folks or people in Gaza or Palestine. She doesn't care, because if she cared, she'd do something instead of just talk and make posts. You're not a person who cares. You're like the white women of. You're like the wealthy. You're like the wife of wealthy men. You know, like they do all these charitable acts. They donate all this money, and I'm not saying that they're not a good person, but it's a ploy. Like they're trying to be perceived as a good person more than just actually be a good person. That's what it's all about, the image, especially with women. It's all about the image. I got to make another one. All right, so this is part 6, I think. So, okay, you just didn't like and didn't do anything about it like the multitude. You're wrong. You're wrong about everything you've wrote here. Do not ever try to deter me again. This is a fact. Okay, I think this is like part 6. You don't understand the truth. You don't understand the purpose of living a human life. What? At all, actually, and what the am I trying to deter you from exactly? Or you're trying to deter me from my goal? Or you're trying to deter me from organizing and getting these people up out of here? That's what you're trying to deter me from. Don't do that, stupid bitch. Creating more uncertainty, violence, and want to lose more of our people. Yeah, and this is why I said you don't understand the world, because the only reason black people have progressed so far is because we've lost so many of our goddamn soldiers. It was necessary to move forward. Anywho. That we need to build the new world. You're not building the new world, stupid bitch. You're not building anything. You're just talking. Like most people in America, they're just talking. They talk about, oh, we don't want to have foreign wars. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. And then y'all don't do anything. So you're just talking again. Part 7, I believe. Okay, so are people that we need to build the new world. And I'm actually for like blacks procreating in large numbers. That's actually what I'm for, but she doesn't know that because I've never said it on the internet, but I'm actually for black people making a lot of babies, like the moral ones. Okay, like be for real, your ass ain't killing. And then she's low class. Like, why are you cursing as a woman? Like, you're a piece of trash. Your ain't killing nothing or moving nothing. I don't know what she's talking about moving. Like I'm like trying to sell drugs. Nothing by talking nonsense on YouTube. Okay. Please, your ego is too big. Yeah, you're okay. We can get into that. You'll forever get in your own way if you don't change that. Wow, she is not a person who understands fundamental things about life. Like, be for real, you ain't killing nothing or moving nothing. Like, people, honestly, people like this should be afraid of me. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm organizing a large group of people for a reason. Like, I'm actually trying to catch those bodies and have people catch those bodies for me. So, honestly, a broad like this should be terrified to even speak to me like this because of what I'm building in this world. Unlike her talking about building, she's not building anything. Okay, so let's go into the ego thing. So she says, YouTube, your ego is too big. So I actually think having a big ego is quite important if you want to be successful. Like this bra right here, she's quite successful on Instagram. I don't know if she like bought her followers or anything like that, but she seems decently or slightly successful. And it took a bit of ego. It took a bit of challenge. You have to overcome things and, you know, fight for that position to get all those followers, to get all those likes, to get all those people to pay attention to you. It took ego, you know, it took you feeling like you deserve good things in this world to work as hard as you did to get the amount of followers that you have. I don't respect it because you're a broad trying to live like a man, but it took some ego, and it's the same thing for a man, but times 10, because as a man, nobody's about to pay attention to you, listen to you, give you any money, anything like that if you're not truly skilled. And to become truly skilled in this world, especially as a man, you really have to go through fire. So it would make the most sense to have an ego. You need an ego. You think Alexander the Great didn't have an ego? You stupid bitch. You think Napoleon Bonaparte didn't have an ego? You think Mansa Musa didn't have an ego? Come on now. You think Malcolm X didn't have an ego? All these guys had egos. That's why they accomplished what they accomplished. And you're talking about my ego as though like it's destructive. Like my ego is actually productive. Like that's why I'm building an organization. You know, it's called production, stupid. Okay, so, and this broad, she's talking about my ego being big because I really don't even feel like I did anything quite arrogant or like egotistical or bombastic or like self-important. I really don't think I did anything like that. But the only reason she's commenting on my big ego is because, which I don't even think my ego really is big. But the only reason this bitch is commenting on it is because it makes her feel small, you know? It makes her feel small and it makes her feel less important. And she doesn't want like, if we were like in a romantic relationship, let's just use somebody else, because I would never date a broad like this. But if her and somebody else like me was with my same level of ego or in a relationship, she wouldn't want that person's ego to like overstep or be too large or be larger than her, because she wants to dictate and run a relationship. That's why she's talking about an ego, when really I haven't even done anything that was extraordinarily egotistical. This bitch is a nerd. Your ego's too big. You'll forever get in your own way. It's actually not the truth. If you don't change that, it's actually not the truth again. So now I'm about to get into her Instagram and why she's such a destructive loser. All right, so now we're about to dig into her Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram, Bari at War. My Instagram is getting kind of cool. Look at all them views. And I think like 4 days ago, I had like 8 followers. Now I got 47. Like, I'm growing quite rapidly. So this is the girl's Instagram, the female's Instagram. And I'm about to click on this highlight she has dedicated to Palestine. So, Gaza, Palestine, I care so much. The war in Sudan and Darfur in particular, insane. They're ethnically cleansing and trying to erase those black folks off the planet, the people who actually own the goddamn land. Yeah, these Arabs, these Middle Easterners are devils. Yet she's talking about, you're not at war against anybody. So she's really big on the black. Okay, so now I'm on the black history stuff. Not black history, but just the black stuff. Like, I care so much about black people. I care so much about Gaza, but I'm not doing anything for Gaza or black people. So a broad like this is scarcely even a human being, and she's scarcely even black. And that's why she has to go to such lengths to make herself seem black and make herself feel black and stuff like this. Because when we all look at this broad, we think like she's an Asian bitch, especially when she has all that goddamn makeup on. So that's why she has to go so far. And, I know so much about black history. I care so much. Like, because even me personally, I'm just now starting to educate myself on black history and things like this. But that's because, nigga, I'm black. Like, we all can tell, we all know, like, hey, that's what I am. But when we look at her, like, we don't know what she is except Asian. Like, I low-key still don't think she's black. I mean, I know it is a lot of black folks who look like this, who are scarcely even black. But this bitch has an identity issue. That's why she has to go so far with the black stuff. But she's not, but the crazy part is she's not even going far. She's just talking. She's not. So back to the immorality of this bitch who apparently doesn't know what being modest is at all. Talking about evil. Bruh, you're evil. Like, you scarcely know what a goddamn shirt is. You don't even know what a shirt is. Talking about evil. Talking about you're doing something for black people. So what we're doing here is we're trying to see what has she done for black people. Why can she criticize me? And why does she not wear any clothes? Like, this broad is destructive to the world. She's destructive to herself. She's destructive to young women out there. She's destructive to, like, men who are, a bit crazy. Oh, look at the blonde hair. But you're so black. So black. Look at you. You don't wear any clothes. Like, you're not black. Black people respect themselves. Black women respect themselves. You don't respect yourself. You don't respect your family. You don't respect your father. You don't respect anything except attention. and seeming like a good person. You're not a good person. You fooled yourself. She's like the religious people in the pews, or is it called Hughes, whatever? She's like the religious people on the stand who are atheists, but they just want to seem like they're good people. You know, like, you're not a good person. You are not a good person. You haven't done a goddamn thing for black people. Because I take it like she's reasonably well off. Like, shouldn't you like have some sort of charitable acts you're doing? Shouldn't you have like a community? Like, what are you doing for black people other than talking? Like, this broad is addicted to attention. And honestly, like, bras like this are going to be unhappy. And she's from the UK. Bras like this are going to be unhappy because they sexualize themselves too much. They objectify themselves. And when you do that as a woman, you're either going to have a goddamn eating disorder, low self-esteem, or depression. So we scrolled all the way down and we haven't seen anything that she's done for black people at all. Like, that's extraordinary. So let's take a look at my account and what I've done for black people and what I'm doing. Barry at war. So let's take a look at what I've done with black people. So here I am. I'm giving basically what's a speech, and I'm trying to get black people to come together such that we can have a fighting force, so we can be powerful and strong in this world. Because as I stated before, violence is useful. It's effective. Okay, that's me letting black folks know that the whites will kill ya. That's me giving another talk to black people. And then if we just take a look at my deeds, like, there's many dollars I've given to black people. There's a bunch of advice I've given to black people. You know, I put money in people. And really what I'm doing for black people is extraordinary, in as much as I will literally lose my life behind it. Like, I'm going to end up getting killed behind this stuff. You know? So, like, what I'm doing is actually quite grand and large. This bitch is not doing anything. And it's sad, bro. It's sad. Because she's in a better position than I am. She's in a more reasonable spot to be doing stuff with black people, but she hasn't done a damn thing. Crazy. But she has the nerve to critique me. Like, honestly, this broad should be terrified. I'm not going to lie to you.